I'm wondering, though, how blue are my lips, my tongue, and my teeth gonna be after that. Hello, traveler, and welcome to Tavern at the Checkpoint. I am Matt, your host for today, and as you may know, here we make cocktails for favorite characters from TV shows, from comic books, video games, and more. But today's episode is special. I know I say that often, and it's often true, but this episode is actually me holding up my end of a bargain. I dedicate this episode to my best friend and co-host from our podcast, Open Checkpoint, Jacqueline. She made the freakishly awesome opening of this show. She also made the logo for me, and all she asked in return was that I would create and make a cocktail for one of her favorite characters of all time, Major Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. So let's do this. I'm not massively knowledgeable about Ghost in the Shell. It's a Japanese manga started in 1989, if I'm not mistaken. And it saw various iterations of a series over time. We also had animes, we also had a movie with Scarlett Johansson 5 or 6 years ago. And the character, from what I could tell from my research, also evolved a lot depending on the different series she was in. She went from a very attractive and seductive person trying to explore humanity to someone a bit colder and a bit more focused on a mission. But she's always this very skilled cyber cop in a cyberpunk setting, and she's always very strong-willed, very intelligent, very good at her job, technically and physically skilled, especially in the cyber world. A strong woman by definition. So, for Motoko Kusanagi, I wanted to make something that looks awesome and that looks cyberpunky. Knowing a bit of the anime itself, I know that the colors often go toward the purple and the blue, so I wanted to stay in that direction. So, we're gonna start with 1 ounce of a good gin. Then 1 ounce of blue Curacao. Now we have a color, we have a blue, perfect. Instead of going with usual lemon, I will use Yuzu Juice to also give this touch of Japanese origins. I'm gonna add as well a 1/4 ounce of Orgeat or almond syrup. Next, I'm gonna add 2 barspoons of violet liquor. First of all, for the purple color, but also because I want to bring a bit of complexity to the drink and not just a one-sided gin-oriented drink. And finally, and this is where we're making the show, we're gonna add 1 good barspoon of edible glitter. I'm using silver. I think the blue and silver usually work well together. Maybe you can try something else if you have something else and tell me how what kind of result you have out of it. Alright, so add ice, shake, and strain it into a tall glass. You can maybe even try to go for a sharpened flute, for example. As you can see, I try to decorate a bit my glass with a line of blue edible glitter. Try to make something not so perfect, not so straight, but a bit nebulous. Clearly, there's still some progress to be made on my side here, but I think we have something nice here. I'm gonna call this one the Ghost Diver. Alright, so let's have a look at our Ghost Diver for Major Kusanagi. Well, first of all, I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna turn out here on the light, but up close it's silvery blue with a lot of glitters, so it shines in the light. It looks really And I just mixed it up a bit with a bar spoon. But if you let it rest a bit, the glitter will fall down, and you will have this gradient from starting with a thin layer of silver on top, then blue, and then the more you go down the bottom of the drink, the more silver you're gonna get. You'll start having it here. So it looks very, very cool. Let's smell it first. Alright, the gin. Yeah, gin. A lot of gin. It's interesting because there's only 1 ounce of gin and also 1 ounce of Curacao and half an ounce of Yuzu, so not necessarily the biggest part of the drink, but it is the biggest part of the smell. Oh, this is good. This is balanced, this is sweet. This is tart at the end. Oh yeah, a bit like one of those sour candies. Oh yeah, that makes you want to have more. I'm wondering though, how blue are my lips, my tongue and my teeth gonna be after that? Blue or silver? I guess I'll see when I am putting this video together, and I will realize that my mouth is completely blue or silver. That's gonna be interesting. Back to the taste. It is very balanced between the gin and the violet liquor, so this is cool, this is good. The yuzu does not necessarily bring anything special, but it brings the touch of tart that you need and that really lingers on the tongue. The Orgeat, I don't necessarily get the amount. Maybe we could try to put more, but to be honest, it is quite sweet already, so I'm not sure if it's very worth it. But it is delicious. It is very good. Not necessarily the most complex drink we ever made, not necessarily the most extraordinary. It is probably one of the best looking, thanks to the glitter, but it is very, very good. I really like it. I'm gonna keep drinking this one. Alright, so this was the Ghost Diver for Major Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. Thank you, Jack No, again for the logo. Thank you again for the opening for the show. I owe you this one. There you have it. I hope you have a chance to try it. I hope everybody has a chance to try it. And in the meantime, be safe on your journey, travelers.